When a bright and beautiful teenage girl mysteriously disappears, her loving family is torn apart.
When she wasn't there, it was like, so where is my child?
The police have no clue.
We were still unsure if something criminal had happened to her.
But one witness has seen it all.
Oh my God, did you see that?
And the secrets it holds may reveal the truth about what happened to Kelsey Smith. Saturday, June 2nd, Overland Park, Kansas. It's a regular weekend for off-duty cop Greg Smith, hanging out at home with his family, including his 18-year-old daughter, Kelsey, who just graduated high school.
Kelsey said, I'm going to run to Target. I need to get a present for John.
John is Kelsey's boyfriend, and she wants to buy him a gift to celebrate their 6-month anniversary.
And I said, okay, and she goes, I'll see you in a little bit, love you. And she was out the door, and I said, love you back.
It should be a quick, uneventful errand. But it won't be. Kelsey calls her mom from the store. She needs help finding a gift box.
I said, okay, look in stationery, and I was trying to explain to her where it would be. And I remember before I hung up saying, bye, baby, love you, see you when I get home.
She was at Target around 7-ish. And I knew she was supposed to go out with John like 7:30 or so.
Come on in. Get out of here. I heard someone here. Come on, Johnny. Greg.
But when John shows up, Kelsey's still not home.
Yeah, just water, please. Water. Yeah.
After a half hour, John and Greg start to worry, especially after getting no answer from Kelsey's cell phone.
It's enough.
Kelsey was the kind of teenager, unlike most, that even if she was a few minutes late, she would call to let us know because she didn't want us worrying.
She hasn't answered any of my texts. I'm just getting voicemail all the time.
Then I said, can you guys just drive out there and see? Maybe her car is broken down in the parking lot or something, and maybe her phone died.
Kelsey's sister, Lindsay, and John took off immediately for the mall.
They expect to find her stranded in the parking lot, waiting for help. But there's no sign of Kelsey.
I don't see it anywhere.
Or her car.
My biggest concern was that she had been in a wreck. She couldn't call us.
60 minutes after she should have been home, Greg holds out hope that there's an innocent reason for Kelsey's absence.
I'm not going to panic just yet. So I started calling the different police agencies around the area and talking to the dispatchers just to see if maybe she'd been in an accident and, we didn't know yet, and see if she'd been stopped by the police for a traffic violation or something like that.
But police haven't seen Kelsey either.
I was pretty alarmed by that time. Everybody was out driving around trying to find her car.
Maybe we should just head home.
John and Lindsay detour through a mall parking lot, not far from the target.
It's right there.
That's it.
Outside a Macy's store, they finally find what they're looking for. Kelsey's car. But no Kelsey.
Her purse is here, but
She's not there.
Lindsay called and said that they'd found Kelsey's car across the street at the mall in the parking lot. Well, that was a bad signal to me, that the car was in a different place.
A signal that this could be a crime scene.
And so I said, okay, everybody just stay away from it. Let me call the police.
4 hours after Kelsey was last seen, detectives are called in.
We received the telephone call from the family around 11 p.m. that night.
They had located her car on the exact opposite side of the shopping area where she had last been known to be, and it looked suspicious.
They scour the car for even the smallest of clues. Anything that could tell them where Kelsey is.
We did find Kelsey's purse.
As we were watching the police bag Kelsey's car, your stomach is in your throat.
We found the wrapping paper and the present that she had purchased at Target.
It was kind of one of those moments where you look at each other and go, this might not be good.
And things were about to get more ominous still.
There was something hanging out of the trunk. A bag or something, but it kind of looked like a tail hanging out of the trunk. That was a signal that something was different. And took everything within me not to just want to walk over there and open the trunk.
But this is no job for a father. They anxiously wait for forensics to come and open the trunk.
We hoped that she was in it, but prayed she wasn't.
I was literally holding my breath because I thought maybe that's where she was. And I was hoping if she was there that she was alive.
And then when she wasn't there, it was like, so where is my child?
Kelsey Ann Smith.
Kelsey graduated from high school 9 days ago.
She was going to go to Kansas State University to become a veterinarian.
She's a model student, popular and independent.
Very outgoing, fun kid to be around, very headstrong. She went out of her way to make you feel wanted. Most loving kid around.
And just looking forward to the rest of her life.
And now she's simply vanished.
We had an 18-year-old girl who, by all accounts, was very responsible. It's very late at night. Her car is found in a location that she wasn't supposed to be in. Why is the car not where Kelsey was supposed to be?
Police dust for prints so they can put together a full picture of who's been in Kelsey's car. But there are no further clues to suggest foul play.
There wasn't anything to indicate that there was a struggle in the car. It was just driven there and left.
Kelsey's disappearance remains shrouded in mystery. But detectives find a witness at the parking lot that may have seen it all. Kansas teenager Kelsey Smith has vanished without a trace. But investigators may have found a vital new witness.
The video camera, which would have been kind of looking down southeast into the parking lot.
But it's late, and law enforcement can't get hold of anyone to access the surveillance system. Everyone will have to wait to see what the camera reveals, if it reveals anything at all. Meantime, police look for answers closer to home, starting with Kelsey's parents.
Where is she, Greg?
I don't know, baby. Yeah, thank you.
I mean, they put us in a questioning room, and they left us there for a little bit of time, and there's a camera up in the corner, you know. And I looked at Missy, I said, you know they're watching this, right? You realize we're both suspects right now? She says, yeah. And I said, so we're gonna answer the questions so they clear us so they can look for the right person. But it's just routine, they have to do this.
I just want to find my daughter.
And they asked the questions that they needed to ask.
The parents are quickly cleared of any suspicion. But there's someone else the cops need to talk to.
What can you tell us about Kelsey's boyfriend, John Beersmith?
Yeah, he's a good kid.
It's typically the person who saw them last, who knew where they were last, just had general knowledge of their last location or contact, who we kind of focus in on.
Over the last few days, Kelsey spent most of her time with her boyfriend, John.
All indications was that John absolutely had the last contacts with Kelsey. Texts, phone call, you know.
So where was John just before he arrived at the Smith house to pick up Kelsey?
Did they have a fight? Was there anything Kelsey told him that was upsetting?
We pressed a little bit harder, rephrasing the same question, different context, to see if he would answer it a different way. We probably pressed him a little hard.
It was like tearing my mind apart why they were doing this. It probably lasted about an hour and a half, 2 hours.
And he was rock solid.
John's story checks out. He has no knowledge of where Kelsey is or why she's gone missing. Hours into the investigation, police are nowhere. Dawn the next day, and the family kicks off its own search.
Our daughter's friends were college age and very computer savvy at the time, so they got a flyer together and started printing it off.
Kelsey's police officer dad takes charge of the operation.
We're on the clock. We've got 48 hours, or we're not gonna find her. And if we do find her, we're not gonna find her alive.
They would assign people to certain areas and say, you look here. And those people would take flyers and knocked on doors.
We were going door to door asking if anybody's seen her lately. We had this printout. We would divide and conquer pretty much the Overland Park area, trying to tell everybody and anybody that would listen what's going on.
Kelsey's family does everything in their power to track down their daughter. But 12 hours since Kelsey's disappearance, investigators may have an eyewitness after all, when they finally gain access to the parking lot's CCTV camera.
We went back and we got the Macy's video. We took a copy back to our command center. We needed to know what time Kelsey's car was parked there, and if we could see anyone getting out of her car after it was parked.
It's the moment of truth. Police scroll through hours of video. And at 9:17 p.m., 2 hours after Kelsey was last heard from, they spot something.
The Macy's video was very grainy. There are also parking lot lights that are shining at the camera, so everything is a little obscured. And all we can see is headlights coming into a dark parking lot.
It's Kelsey's car. The car door opens and someone gets out. But the footage is too blurry to see who.
So what we were able to determine from the Macy's video is Kelsey's car arrives at 9:17 p.m. and parks. That's all we can see.
It's a huge letdown. But for Kelsey's parents, there's a new ray of hope. The family's publicity generates a promising tip.
Yes, she was wearing a pink shirt. That's right.
Surveillance cameras at a local restaurant have captured someone matching Kelsey's description.
That less than 5-minute drive, it's just right up the street from our home. The entire time your stomach is in your throat and you're just hoping, please let this be my child.
I hoped that it really was her, because then I knew she was alive at least.
The Smiths strained to get a good look at the girl with her back to the camera. Is it Kelsey?
You hope it is, because you're hoping for any glimpse or any glimmer of hope for your child.
My heart just dropped when I saw that.
It wasn't her.
That's not it. Sorry, thanks for your time.
It's a heartbreaking disappointment. Their daughter is still out there, and no one knows where.
You kind of put yourself in the place of the parents, but you don't want to have emotion kick into it too much, because you kind of lose sight of your objective as a detective.
With the clock ticking, detectives' only hope is to trace Kelsey to the point of her disappearance. They know she called her mom from Target sometime before she went missing.
In the Target stores, they have an incredible surveillance system, and they're known nationwide as kind of a cutting-edge technology in retail surveillance. We knew they had capability to nail down specific times and dates.
If Kelsey went to Target, surely she would have been caught on camera.
We were hoping that's where the key would be.
Investigators would be happy with just one camera's glimpse of Kelsey. Little do they know, the store's 40 cameras have filmed her entire shopping trip. Kansas teen Kelsey Smith vanished into thin air 17 hours ago.
My child is missing. Help me find her.
Her family is racked with worry.
She's my little girl.
And hope now rests in one place. Surveillance footage from the 40 cameras spread throughout the local department store.
Can you move in a little bit more on that area? right there.
Yeah, there she is.
Yeah.
It's Kelsey.
She had indeed arrived at the location that she had told her parents she was going.
Police have hit pay dirt. Kelsey's entire trip has been captured on camera. They can now piece together her journey through the store. At 6:54, she arrives in the parking lot.
She's seen getting out of the car and walking towards the store out of sight. And then additional cameras could then be pulled up, watching her walk in the front door.
At this point, we were looking to see just if Kelsey had made contact with anyone inside the store.
And we basically just followed her through the store, camera by camera.
Just before 7, Kelsey makes that call to her mom. So far, it looks like an ordinary shopping trip.
She was very calm in the video. She's casually walking around the store, selecting her items. She goes to the clerk, chats with the clerk as she's paying for her items, and then leaves the store.
Just 10 minutes after arriving, Kelsey returns to her car.
There she is. She's leaving.
The car backs up and leaves the parking lot. At no point did we see her talk to or make contact with anyone.
Detectives are stumped.
Very normal shopping experience.
Or is it?
We knew there was that one piece of information that we just didn't have. We didn't know where or who we would get it from.
We have no further leads as to what might have happened to her. We are sort of in the dark.
Once more, cops are at a dead end. As an emotionally exhausting day draws to a close, the search for Kelsey hits the 18-hour mark, and dread sets in.
As those minutes start ticking away, your gut is just constantly in knots, and you do panic a little bit, wondering where is your child.
One side of me was a police officer, just trying to look at it strictly. This is just evidence, just look at the facts. And then the other side was the dad. And they had a hard time going side by side. And the police side was not nearly as optimistic as the dad side was.
You don't eat because you don't know if your child's eating. You don't sleep. It was just the most god-awful time in my life.
It's 24 hours since Kelsey Smith vanished, and the clock is still ticking. With nowhere else to turn, frustrated police take a second, more detailed look at the target footage.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's take a look.
We decided to view the video again to see if there was anything that we had missed.
All right, so we're looking for anything.
well, let's take it over to Command and Control Center and we'll blow it up on the wall.
We gathered in a group, because always more eyes on something are better.
She enters the car park at 6.
With the footage blown up, 10 sets of eyes examine every frame for any overlooked details.
We watched all the segments of the video.
We were hopeful to see anything, that she picked up somebody and they left, you know, or somebody else walked out to the car with her and they left.
We watched this video over and over and over again. What we had seen before is we had seen Kelsey walk to her vehicle. She places her packages in the passenger side of the vehicle. She walks around the rear of her car, and she gets in the driver's side, and the car backs up and takes off.
They watch the clip of Kelsey approaching her car. Again.
The picture is quite large, so it's pixelated, so it's kind of blurry.
And as we're standing there, we see something that we hadn't seen before.
Let's play that back again.
She walks around behind the car, and as she opens up the door and gets in, before she shuts that door, there's a flash.
Oh my God. Did you see that?
Someone comes rushing up from the left side of the screen, out of view of the camera, and rushes up behind Kelsey.
The car door shuts, and there's probably a 12, 15 second hesitation, and the car simply backs out and drives off.
I think for a moment you probably could have heard a pin drop in that room. Everybody stopped what they were doing. Oh my God, did you see that?
We stood there in silence. Just, you know, we looked at each other and said, it's kidnapping.
Overland Park, Kansas. Police have found what could be the smoking gun in Kelsey Smith's disappearance.
Oh my God, did you see that?
An apparent abduction in broad daylight.
We knew something criminal had happened to her.
It's huge. It's huge because we hadn't even suspected at this point it was going to be a kidnapping. You just kind of run that through your head, knowing what I know. You think, man, this is bad.
Then I knew that she wasn't, she wasn't mad. She just didn't come home. It wasn't some, prank or something like that, which I never really thought it was anyway, but I was hoping maybe. I knew that somebody had her, and that feeling of powerlessness comes back, and it's like, I can't do anything to help her.
After seeing that figure rush behind Kelsey in that video, I knew that we had to find her immediately.
There's little to go on.
It's a blur. I mean, you get the general male figure.
They know it's a long shot, but perhaps he'd been tracking her before he attacked.
We thought if he was outside the target, was he also inside? So we went back to the inside surveillance video and we started going through it piece by piece. Is there someone on the perimeter that may have been watching her? Someone we missed?
They play and rewind over and over.
Every time we saw Kelsey enter the camera view, this individual wearing the light shirt and dark pants would also enter the camera view. And his eyes were always following her.
He was not shopping. The term we use is he was trolling. Just looking, for opportunity. Sometimes looking back over his shoulder as he walked past her.
He's watching her. He was absolutely watching her to see what she did, if she was meeting anyone inside the store, if she knew anyone inside the store. He was watching to see when she was going to leave the store.
Once he sees that Kelsey goes to the checkout stand, he makes a beeline, just strolling, makes a beeline out the door.
He wanted to be outside before her.
It's a huge break. Now if only they can get a clear shot of his face.
We pulled the surveillance video from the exit door.
There's that short hallway in between the doors, and there's a camera that looks right down.
We can very clearly see his face. We can very clearly see his clothing, everything down to what type of shoes he's wearing.
And it's a perfect picture. Skinny white male with a flat top,
25 hours since Kelsey Smith was abducted. The race is on to find this phantom.
We released this photograph to the media to ask the public for help.
When we put the picture out, the phone calls rolled in unbelievably fast. Most of them were people who were way off, because it was a fairly common look.
We received almost 2,000 tips.
But even with help from neighboring departments, officers are overwhelmed. It'll take weeks to check out all of the tips. So again, they turn to CCTV to see if their suspect drove to the parking lot.
We knew that we had this figure rush up behind her and push her into the car, and that her car had been found with all of her belongings in the Macy's parking lot.
2 hours after her abduction from Target, who is parking Kelsey's car in the nearby Macy's parking lot?
We see the car come into the parking lot and park. That's basically all we can see from the video. What it does give us is a time.
Detectives have an idea. Maybe the kidnapper came back for his own car.
Going off that 9:17 p.m. timestamp, we went back to the Target store, looked at the parking lot video from the Target store again for anything that happened after 9:17 p.m. And we saw a dark-colored pickup leaving the parking lot.
Is this the kidnapper picking up his truck from the Target parking lot? If it is, they ought to be able to pick out the same vehicle arriving earlier in the day. Kelsey arrived at the Target parking lot at 6:54 p.m.
So we basically back the video up, play it backwards. truck appears just seconds before she does. And so we follow it on the video back around to the back side of the building. We were able to get a look at the driver, kind of fuzzy. He had white male, short hair, white t-shirt. So we're thinking, okay, we might have the truck.
White male in a blue pickup. It narrows down the search considerably. They still need the public's help, and they get it.
I answered the phone and spoke to an individual who told me, I know who the guy is on the video. The name that he gave me on the phone was Edwin Hall.
And he owns a blue pickup truck. Three and a half days after Kelsey Smith was kidnapped, Overland Park investigators have a lead on their first solid suspect.
We got a couple of phone calls. A co-worker who knew him, and one was a friend. They were sure that the picture was a gentleman named Edwin Hall.
But with his face all over the media, he could be making a run for it. Officers arrive at his address just in the nick of time.
Edwin Hall and a female who we later learned to be his wife were loading a vehicle with boxes and bags and things, and it looked like they were getting ready to leave.
Howdy. Detective Miller?
Could this be the man who abducted Kelsey Smith? Police take Edwin Hall's fingerprints, and they'll be compared with those found in Kelsey's car. Detectives press Hall for answers.
Young girl, 18, 19.
Where is Kelsey Smith?
Throughout the interview, he denied knowing Kelsey.
So you know Kelsey?
Hall admits he is the man seen following Kelsey in the video.
Yeah, I think I did see her. You know, she was quite cute. And she had nice legs too.
He adamantly denied having any contact with her once she left the store.
This guy still thinks he's smarter than we are.
You could tell he was lying.
Detectives Bridges and Miller are sure he knows where Kelsey is. But they have no hard evidence until...
While Edwin was being questioned, the lab came back with a fingerprint match. His fingerprint matched a fingerprint that was found on the seatbelt release of the driver's side seat in Kelsey's car.
That proves he was there. The flash of the fuzzy person on the video we saw was him, and there's no denying it.
As soon as we had that fingerprint match, I knew that he had done something with Kelsey.
Edwin Hall admits to stalking Kelsey in the Target store. He watched her shopping, then waited for her in the parking lot. Armed with a handgun, he made his move.
Oh my God, what is it? Sorry.
Don't
Ow.
move.
Oh my God.
Open the door.
Please.
Get in the car. Don't say anything. Please, no.
Okay.
Put the keys.
Okay.
Then he forced her to drive away. Two hours later, he returned alone. and abandoned Kelsey's car in the Macy's parking lot. He then walked back to the target, got into his truck, and drove home. Three and a half days after Kelsey's disappearance, a search party makes an upsetting discovery.
We get a call from the searchers that they have found Kelsey. She's not alive.
Kelsey had been sexually assaulted and strangled to death.
We were at the end of our driveway when we were told Kels was gone, that they had found her. And I just remember screaming, "Not my Kels, not my Kels."
Edwin Hall is charged with the murder of Kelsey Smith.
He gave a full confession to the crime in order to avoid the death penalty.
He pleads guilty and is sentenced to life without parole.
He set out that day looking for somebody to attack, and he found Kelsey.
We've asked Edwin Hall about other murders in the Midwest that he might be responsible for. And his reply was, "No, I'm not responsible for any. This is my first time of killing someone. My police instinct tells me it's a lie."
I don't think about him. I really don't. He doesn't matter in Kelsey's story. He's the means to the end of her life. But if I focus on him, then he takes more joy from my life, and I'm not going to allow that to happen.
It's a quote from Lincoln, which I had read, and he had said something to the effect of, it's not the years in your life that matter, it's the life in your years. And that's Kelsey, and that's her epitaph. That's what we put on her headstone.
You know, I've often said to other parents that every bit of pain of not having her here was worth the 18 years and 30 days of joy of having her. I wouldn't give it up for anything.
The video absolutely solved it for us. It did take some good police work. It did take some luck, but had we not had that video, I don't know that this case would have been solved.